In this video, I'm going to watch my first ever match in the UEFA Champions League. This has been something I wanted to do for some time now, and finally I've got the opportunity. For that very reason, we're going to Bratislava, the capital city of Slovakia. We're also going to explore the city as much as we can in an about 5-hour window that I have before the game. So, let's see what the Champions League has to offer. But I'm here in Poland, and obviously we have to get there first, so we're in Ostrava. This is the third biggest city in Czechia, the capital of Czech Silesia, historically relying on heavy industry, and also the best way for me to get to my destination. A new site that I saw today? This art house. Here's some information on it that I found. But I won't stay here for even a single bit. I genuinely had to rush my way to the train station, and I only made it thanks to the delay. Otherwise, I would have to wait 2 more hours for another train. I'm genuinely so lucky. The train ride in itself led through the Czech plains with nearby mountains, and we did not go through any major cities. A transfer in Bratislava followed, and from there it was a short ride to our destination, which is the subscribe button down below. And also Bratislava. Finally, welcome to Bratislava, the capital city of Slovakia, which also served as the capital of Hungary for some time, and a hometown for Slovan, who are playing in the Champions League today. And also, what a place to take some pretty pictures for Instagram. I'm especially talking about the main castle, which is located on top of the hill. Slovakia is full of castles in basically every town, so it only made more sense to visit and have a walk around it. I could only take the pictures from the outside though, no museum entry today. But what else can you see in Bratislava? Literally next to the castle there is a viewing point, which lets you see the entire southern part of the city. On the left half of it. On the right there is just a forest with hills, as well as a lot of wind turbines, which are on the Austrian side of the border. And on the left side, the most notable point is the bridge with a UFO-like restaurant / viewing point on top. But arguably I'm having a better view here by the castle, so we're not moving. Going downhill, your main attraction is the presidential palace. It looks cool in itself, don't get me wrong, but what I personally preferred is the park behind it, which has plenty of small monuments, and most notably, the trees on both sides, all planted in the early 2000s. Oh, hold on a second, Poland mentioned! For some reason it was also the weakest tree in this area. I also took a bit of a walk through the busy street and checked out some parks and monuments. One that stood out the most for me is this monument of the town musicians, which for some reason is a chicken on top of a cat, on top of a dog, on top of a donkey? Someone in the comments, please let me know what does it all mean. Before the game, I also needed some lunch, so I went to this burger place this time around called Roxor. No brand deal here, I just had it recommended by my 2 Slovak mates, but it was sensational. Fries felt a bit too salty, but other than that I loved it, and it's also managed by locals. Genuinely 9.5 out of 10. With that covered, it's finally time that we head to the stadium. So what is the match I'm watching? Slovan Bratislava is playing NK Celje of Slovenia, and here's some information about both teams. Slovan Bratislava is Slovakia's most dominant team, with 16 league titles since Slovakia gained its independence. Their domestic domination also shows up in Europe, as Slovan has a chance to qualify to the Champions League for the second time in just 3 seasons. Last time out in the 2024-25 campaign, Belasi, which is their nickname and it means the Sky Blues, defeated FC Midtjylland 3-2 after 2 long shots in the final minutes. Although they got absolutely battered in the league stage with 0 points. Before this season, Slovan hired Yaya Toure as their manager. This is Yaya's first managerial job in senior football, and he can kick it off by qualifying to Europe's elite, and maybe winning Slovan's first points there. Celje, on the other hand, have a chance to qualify to the Champions League for the first time ever. The Slovenian side became a major force in the Conference League with a quarter-final appearance in 2025 and a round of 16 a year later. Celje became the Slovenian champions for only the 3rd time last season, and now the Grofje, which stands for the Counts, whatever that means. Oh, here's the information, a medieval family is their nickname, want to make a step up and step up to the big time. Stadium tour. How can I best describe Techelne Pole, Slovakia's national stadium? The first words that come to my mind are modern, as it was opened in 2019, compact, blue, little bit luxurious, and it's also more than a stadium. Below the stands, there is a shopping center, a Slovan Bratislava fan shop, and on the corner between the Ultras and VIP sections, there's a tower with office and hotel space. Fantastic ground for a club this size. Before the match, I also decided to get some merch, and turns out I bought this polo shirt. By the way, did you know that I fit into an S-size shirt? I'll be honest, this was a crazy discovery for me. Usually, I should do a score prediction or something like that before the game. But I forgot. Let's just say for the sake of it, it's 1-0 for Slovan. This is a Champions League playoff. And what I've seen was a Champions League worthy atmosphere. What if I told you the Ultra section started their chanting right at the start of the warm-up, good 45 minutes before the game, and they went all out? I mean, the league stage is at stake, they kind of have to. Some of you, especially those from Slovakia, may have heard of a certain violin player called Daniela Lovlin, who played a rendition of Freed from Desire before the playoff against Midtjylland 2 years ago. I mean, that video went viral, you kind of had to hear about it. Ladies and gentlemen, she did it again. Yes, it was clear we were all vibing. You can clearly tell I'm just showing short snippets of what potentially could be copyrighted, so you kind of have to believe my words. Continuing, the pre-match show also included a loud squad presentation and the club's anthem, which felt orchestral is the best word, I guess. All before we moved into the main reason why I arrived to the capital of Slovakia, the Champions League anthem, which I got to hear live for the first time. Let me tell you something, it was a wonderful feeling. But now, it's finally time for the game to begin. The game in which Slovan had a clear advantage over Celje and a huge chance early on. One of them was converted in the 14th minute. It felt like it was inevitable from the very start. Fun fact, I almost missed it because I had to buy a FlixBus ticket. Sometimes my logistics are truly genius. With the goal scored, I want to return to the topic of Slovan fans. Some of the chants from the Kotel, the Ultra section, even got me to sing along because they were catchy. We all also took part in the stadium-wide card stand before the game. This is how it looked like from my perspective, and this is how it looked like from the pitch. Genuinely impressive. But some of you may ask, where's the away team, where's Celje? Just keep talking about Slovan. I mean, Slovan is the host, but if you're wondering about Celje, here are they. They turned up in a few dozen people from what I've seen. I did hear them a few times, and their team just scored. It's 1-0 at half-time. Throughout the second half, most of the game was played in the middle of the pitch, with just a few chances for each of the teams. So, one may have to talk about is the referee of the game, Felix Zwaja. There were at least 3 situations I can recall where the referee did not stop the play even though a Slovan player was clearly fouled or even lying injured. Most notably Cesar Blackman, the right back. Genuinely, I wasn't the only one having a complaint or two on the stands. Oh, and there was this call for a penalty in the 95th minute on Slovan's Andras Sporar. I did not see anything from basically the other side of the pitch, but then I watched the highlights a few days later. It was clearly a penalty. I don't know why the ref did not even at least check the VAR. Without the spot kick, the game finished with a 1-0 draw, leaving it all open for the reverse fixture in Slovenia.
But since I'm still editing this video after the second match has ended, I might as well tell you that in the second leg, Slovan Bratislava won 2-1 over Celje in extra time and qualified to the Champions League.
Overall, it was a brilliant choice to come here. Bit of a bucket list item for me for this year is completed. I was impressed by the stadium and the atmosphere, and I enjoyed my first ever Champions League experience. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd be very grateful for that. I also once managed Slovan Bratislava in Football Manager. How did my stint there go? Watch the video that is on your screen right now to find out.